Being able to put the serve exactly where you want is a really useful skill, whether you want to make your opponents move or force them to play a weakness or just keeping things interesting. And the thing that directly controls where the ball ends up when you're serving is the angle of the paddle at the moment of contact. But where you stand can actually play an influence as well, and it's really important to understand how this works. So why don't we go on the court and take a look, and I'll show you how you can get an easy advantage with your serve. Okay, so here's me out on the court, and watch this serve. Notice where I'm standing. I'm right near the tee, right near the center, and I hit this serve pretty well. Look at that. Lands right near that sideline. Almost on the line. And pay attention to where it rebounds after this. We're gonna look at this a few times, so don't worry if you're not exactly sure. Okay, so really wide serve, and sort of keeps rebounding. Not bad. Now, what if I stand over here way at the sideline, by the singles line? Okay, look at that. Doesn't even land as wide as the previous one. It's still pretty good. It's close to the sideline, but not as good, as you can see here. But check out the rebound here. Watch the rebound. There you go. Now it's going to be easier if we can see these sort of laid on top of each other, and you'll see that the second serve, when I stood out wide, even though the serve didn't land as close to the sideline, it actually rebounded even wider, and that's going to be really important when I'm serving out wide trying to make my opponent move. So this is a really nice illustration that where you stand makes a difference. If you're standing out wide, that ball is going to rebound wider, all things being equal. Let's look at it from the left side of the court. You're going to use this a lot when you're serving to a right-handed player's backhand. Okay, so check out the first one and check out the second one. Even though they land in virtually the same spot, when I'm standing out wide, it's going to rebound wider. It's going to have a much better effect getting out to the backhand or pulling my opponent off the court. Because it's not just about where the ball lands, it's about where the ball was coming from. Because where the ball is coming from before it lands is going to sort of influence where it keeps going. It's going to keep going on that kind of a trajectory. Okay, now let's look at one more time here. This time I'm serving to the tee. Imagine I'm trying to get to that right-handed player's backhand again. So I'm standing at the tee, I serve. Oh, what a serve, Mark. That's a good one. Lands it right on the line. And you can see how that's for sure going to stay to their backhand. Now when I stand out wide, again landing the ball on the line, but look at the rebound. It sort of brings it back into the court. And if we overlap the two, you can see here that standing at the tee gives me a way better advantage on this tee serve. Again, not because the ball landed anywhere differently, but because the ball continues on the path from which it was sent. Okay, so there you go. Where you stand isn't going to determine where the ball ends up. That has to do with the angle of the paddle at the moment of contact. If it's pointing the wrong way, the ball's going to go the wrong way. But where the ball lands isn't the only thing that matters. It also matters where the ball was coming from, because that's going to influence the rebound. So stand in a place that's really smart and give yourself an advantage. Don't forget, just because you're standing out wide doesn't mean you have to serve out wide. You could always change the angle of the paddle and hit it toward the tee. Or just because you're standing near the tee doesn't mean you have to serve there. You could change the angle and serve out wide, so you can keep your opponents guessing. But it's smart to think about what is your bread and butter serve. What's the go-to? What are you going to use most of the time? And it's smart to stand in a place that makes it easier to do that.